Hey guys, Geeky J here, and I'm going to do something a little different, or not different, but I don't know, I just feel like doing it, so I'm going to do it. I'm going to start watching Star Trek The Next Generation. I mean, I've already completed the series, seen every episode before, but I said I'd go through, watch all of them again, and give a commentary for each episode. I don't know, I just feel like doing it. Everyone's watching Stranger Things Season 2, but I'm going to watch Star Trek The Next Generation again and do a commentary. Yeah, that's what I'm doing today. Not all episodes, just starting today. So, you know how commentaries work. It's just I'm going to watch it while it's playing. You watch it too, and I'll just talk over it or whatever. Yeah. So let's go ahead and get started. Get everything loaded up. However you're watching it, I'm watching it on Netflix. So, all right, here we go. One, two, three, play. So, Star Trek Discovery. I'll just go ahead and say it. I do not like the intro for it. It doesn't seem very Trekish to me. This is my favorite intro by far. I think TNG is my favorite series. Picard comes just what as far as the intro and the show. Picard comes out, he's like space, the final frontier. It's just epic, you know, and it just feels. This is what TNG is what Star Trek to me feels like it should be. The next generation. And I think Picard is probably my favorite captain, and next to Cisco probably. Well, Picard then Cisco is what I'm saying. Maybe I'll do that next. I don't know. We'll see how this goes. Maybe I'll do DS9. Just from Riker to Worf. Worf is cool. I kind of wish Worf would have been in the main focus of Star Trek Discovery, or at least the captain in Star Trek Discovery. But I don't know. I don't know what. I watched that, and I mean the first two episodes are just a mess. That's. I mean, I don't. We didn't even need to see any of that. We just didn't. The third episode, it got a little better, but still nothing crazy. I haven't seen four or five. Well, I have seen four. I haven't seen five. Um, I still have to watch that, but I feel like I would rather watch this. I don't know. It just doesn't feel very Star Trekky to me, and I do not like the Klingons. I do not like them as far as how they made them look in Discovery, and I just don't understand them. What is their motivation? Why are they doing? I mean, yeah, I get that they don't want to be like uh, transformed into something different. They don't want. They want to remain true to their Klingon ways or whatever, and they don't want to be influenced by humans and the Federation. But I don't. I just think they're going about it the wrong way. If that's really what they want. I know the first episode and generally the first season's a little rough of TNG, and it is. But maybe that's why I should be a little lenient on Discovery. It is still the first couple episodes, and it has. I just saw the other day that it's been renewed for a second season, and but the CBS All Access app, man, really? That's how you're gonna? Whatever. It is what it is. Oh, I'd forgotten that Riker hadn't. He wasn't there in the beginning. Huh. And who's this random sitting next to Data? Oh, and Yara. She was, yeah. She still freaks me out. Pet Cemetery. She watched the the Dark Tower review I did. She freaks me out, along with Zella. Ugh. I guess because I saw her in that first, as opposed to this. I didn't really watch it as a kid. I finished this last year, the series for the first time. Really only started watching Trek 2 years ago, on and off. Oh, I love Data. He's just rambling on. And Troy's hair in the beginning. And I like the bridge look. It's just I don't know what about it I like, but I just like the overall feel. When did Star Trek even? When did TNG premiere? Oh, 1987. So before I was born. I don't remember ever seeing this on TV either. I don't remember seeing TNG, DS9, Voyager, Enterprise, any of those on TV. I do not remember these episodes at all. I have no idea. Is this? I remember. Is this Q? I remember he. Yeah, this is Q. I love John Delancey as Q. It's just his portrayal is really funny. I heard he kind of gets whipped in Voyager. I haven't watched Voyager, and I literally finished DS9 like a month ago. So I'll probably start Voyager after this, and I'll try to keep up with Star Trek Discovery. It depends on how it goes from here. Oh, okay, that's random, yeah. I wonder if is Dr. Crusher on here now? No, she's with Riker and Wesley. Wesley, huh? Will Wheaton, you know. His tabletop series on YouTube is pretty cool. Oh, one thing I don't like about the Star Trek Discovery is that the captain isn't. I like the captain kind of being the main focus, and then we don't get a captain's log either. And I don't think he sat in the chair either, so it's a little off. Like, come on, man. I love. I just love the whole idea of Q, the continuum, all that. It's really cool. And the way he plays with Picard, the back and forth between the two is just amazing. The whole idea of putting humans on trial for their past, it's interesting too. You know, I mean, we've done some horrible things, but you know, maybe if we delved into the Q, we'd. I mean, I don't know. Maybe they do address that in later episodes in Voyager. They go deeper into the mythology or the actual history of the Q. Maybe they don't. I mean, they do some horrible things too. I would assume, but so who are they to really judge us just because they can do all the things they can do? Oh, Worf, he looks so different in these first couple episodes than he does. I mean, Picard kind of stays the same. Riker obviously he doesn't have the beard yet. I think Worf changes. Maybe he gets bulkier. I don't know. He hit he hits the gym. Mm.
same old story all over again. No,
What did I
it's
just
already run
I
roughshod.
think the whole outfit that
So,
Q's wearing here,
why bother
and I think it's the same one the guy wears when they actually go on
to
trial.
prosecute, to judge anything they
It's
don't
just really weird.
understand? Oh,
That's
come
such a
on.
weird
What an
outfit.
interesting idea. Prosecute and judge. Suppose it turns out we understand your
I wonder
humor
if he has
better
any
than we do.
peripheral vision in that.
You've no idea what the true facts about us will reveal. Facts about you? Splendid, splendid, Captain. You're a veritable fountain of good ideas. Their preparations the
I
main.
wonder if he does the
The moon
Picard
is being
maneuver in the
ordered.
first episode. I haven't
See
really
if
paid
that
attention, but
needs me.
yeah, that's where he tugs his shirt or whatever. That's cool. Oh, and Riker's the way he sits in chairs.
Sir, respectfully submit our only choice is to fight.
You know, it's I really don't know what Worf's Worf's role is in the first season. Really, he's just there? You know, I mean, because Yar's in charge of security, so I don't.
That station for any reason would
I
be
wonder
illegal.
why she left the show. I don't. I don't know.
Well,
Maybe if you know, just let me know
let's
in the comments or
see what
something.
this galaxy
I don't know
has
why
to
she
offer.
left.
Lieutenant, inform my hero to prepare for maximum acceleration. Aye, sir. Record lieutenant's data. Results of detaching saucer section at high warp velocity.
Yeah, they don't detach a lot
Possible at any warp speed, sir.
in the series. So I wonder if they did this just to show that the capabilities of the ship.
Perhaps. Using printout only, notify all decks to prepare for maximum acceleration. Now hear this. Maximum you're entitled to
I
know
would
immediately
so
upon
live on
departure
it. I mean,
from the
there's
United
some
States.
not in J.J.
All
Abrams' world, but
restrictions
there's
rise.
I would definitely live on a
Everybody out
starship
there trying.
uh,
No
in
need.
TNG if I
Not
could,
optional.
but definitely not J.J. Abrams' Trek.
Absolutely
You would die.
required.
You know, it feels like every other week someone's dying on a ship, getting sucked out into space, crash landing, something. Maybe that's more realistic or something. I don't know. I don't know, but I don't know. The only one, I mean, I like the first J.J. Abrams Trek movie. Second one is it's not that great. The third one, that's
Stand by.
I really enjoyed the third one,
Engage.
and I saw all three in the theater. So, and it was yeah, and I just had the best experience with the third one too. So what was that like? Did Q like put up a net or something? And now he's chasing them. Why would he even need to chase them? I don't know what that is.
Velocity warp 9.2. 8351 Mark 11, sir. Standing by.
Oh, and Stardate. I don't really understand Stardates. If anyone knows like how Stardates are like ordered, or when exactly in human history TNG takes place, that'd be cool. If you want to leave that down, let me know.
You're accelerating. Confident? At this point, I'm willing to guesses about what we've just read.
It felt like something beyond what we consider a life form.
Beyond?
Something
Very,
beyond
very advanced, sir, or
already.
certainly
You know,
very, very
maybe this is where JJ got the idea,
We're
huh?
at 9.4, sir.
hostile is now beginning to overtake us, sir.
Sure. Hostile velocity is already warp 9.6, sir. Shall I put them on the main viewer? Reverse angle. Magnifying viewer
So this one's
activated.
Encounter at Farpoint 1. That's the first episode.
Hostile's velocity is 9.7, sir.
Over the engine room if we need more. Engine room attempting to comply, sir, but they caution us. Every yellow alert. I'll have full up torpedoes. Place them on ready status.
Torpedoes ready, sir. Hostile now at warp 9.8, sir.
Our velocity's only 9.5, sir.
I guess warp only goes up to what,
We
10?
may be able to match Hostile's 9.8, sir. At extreme risk.
Now reading the hostile at warp 9.9, sir.
Now hear this. Print out message urgent all stations all
Now
decks.
hear this.
Prepare for emergency saucer 7.
Oh wow. I like this, the close-ups of dramatic faces.
Lieutenant? I'm a Klingon, sir. For me to seek escape when my captain goes into battle? You ought to stop. Read officer, Lieutenant.
See, even in the first episode we get way more about the Klingons. You know, I don't want to just rag on Discovery, but you know, like I don't know. Yeah, first episode we learn more about Worf's culture than I don't even feel like the Klingons a warrior culture in Discovery, but I don't know. Maybe they'll address it. Who knows? It's cool that Worf gets the helm though. I mean, we don't even know who he is or you know what he, you know, what his job description is, but he's in charge now.
Preparing to detach saucer section so that family
Oh, dude with skirt.
company can seek relative safety on the vessel's star drive
You know,
containing
they've never had. I don't, as far as I know, they've never had like a. I get. Oh, O'Brien, he's coming out now. They've never had a main character male who wears the little skirt uniform.
Lieutenant, your torpedoes must detonate close enough to the hostile to blind it the moment we separate.
Understood, sir.
Optics acknowledging, sir. Worf, this is the captain. The moment of separation, we will reverse power.
And this is, and you know, the separation. I remember it being a big moment watching it the first time.
Torpedoes away, sir.
And you know, I have to say these effects, they're not great, but they're not horrible. I think they still kind of stand up a little bit today. A little bit. Like, I mean, obviously, it's not as beautiful as Discovery. Discovery, you know, for all its flaws, Discovery is a beautiful Star Trek. Um, and I could see, except for like, you know, in the first episode, we have all those weird angles and the lens flares. I guess that was just, you know, hey JJ, we're like you or whatever. But they have gotten away from that, so that's good. Yeah, I just the music in TNG too, just this triumphant victory sound, you know, when we're separating or whatever. That's awesome. And I do have to say one thing. I don't like the way the ship looks when it's separated. You know, I mean the saucer section's fine, but the main section is just weird looking. Look at Data almost has like awe when he sees. Oh, well, he's not even seeing the whole ship, but when they separate. I guess that's how we're supposed to be feeling. But I do have it. It's pretty cool. I mean, the ship overall is decent in TNG. It's fine. I don't know which one's my favorite because I haven't seen all of them. Besides, I've seen this one, the original series, and the Defiant. But the DS9, yeah, it's really more of a space station, so I don't really count the Defiant.
It's come to a stop. Reverse power. Reverse power. Decelerating. Dead stop. We'll hold this position and wait for them.
I feel
That will
like
bring them here in just minutes, sir.
the window is smaller
Will we make it
than I
farther,
remembered it
Captain?
being.
If we can at least damage their ship, we have a chance.
I wonder how
Are you
uh,
recommending that we fight the life form?
effective a window would be on a spaceship, anyways. I mean, you can't see. I mean, in space, a ship could come at you from any angle. And that's one thing I liked about Discovery is that when in the first
That's
episode, I
what we
think
could have thought, sir.
the ships when they both warped in, you know, they weren't all necessarily
We're going into this.
right in front of each other, facing each other. You know, they were all kind of at different angles, and that makes sense because in space, you know, there's no up, down, left, right, or whatever. Yeah, I would like to meet Cole Meany actually. He seems like a pretty cool guy.
We surrender. State that we are not asking for any terms or conditions.
Aye, sir.
I mean, it takes a,
All language forms and frequencies.
you know, that's a, you know, he's got to admit defeat because he knows there's nothing he can do, you know. So I think this was just like This isn't the crystalline entity or something, is it? I don't remember what this is. Oh, and here we got the court. So weird, but really interesting. So I guess the year is supposed to be. I looked it up. It's supposed to be 2364.
The prisoners will all stand.
Oh yeah, I like how they wait for Picard, which naturally they would. Oh, now he sits down. Bold move, guard, Picard.
Historically intriguing, Captain. Very, very accurate. Mid-21st century. The post-atomic horror.
Post-atomic horror. I mean, we could be heading there. I don't know with the way things are going.
Respectful attention. Honored judge.
Maybe Roddenberry was actually a time traveler and he knew where things were heading. Nah, just kidding.
And these courts belong in the past.
I don't understand either. But this is real.
Get to your feet, criminals!
Here we get like the first, this is iconic outfit that he wears. Got the spotlight on him and everything. That's awesome. And the eagle, it just screams
We're acquainted with
Germany for some reason to me. It just, I know, that's what it reminds me of, that eagle. Maybe they're going for like some. I know they're obviously going for like authoritarian type of court or whatever. I wonder if that's harking them back to like uh, World War II. I wonder how they got this to float. Oh, obviously, I see it now. I remember this guy just gets dispatched like that. If he really fired that, wouldn't there be bullets in there? I don't know. I'm overthinking it. I wonder what's in it that they sniff.
the prisoners will not be harmed until they're found guilty.
Found guilty.
Dispose of them. Can we assume you mean this will be a fair trial? Yes, absolutely equitable. Before this gracious court, now appear these prisoners to answer for the
I bet this was
noble
just a
and
fun
innocent
and weird episode to film. I wonder if this was the. I mean, obviously it's probably the one that they filmed first, but just pretty strange and weird, and
In the year 2036,
it leaves you
the
wondering where is
United
this thing
Nations
going.
declared that no Earth citizen could be made to answer for the crimes of his race or forebears. Objection denied. This is a court of the year
And I
2078.
remember almost being
I
put
assume
off by
you
this
accept
episode
this
because like, what
property.
is this?
It caused all United Earth nonsense to be
Like,
abolished.
I almost didn't continue watching. I remember because of this episode and just how weird I thought it was.
That saved me from it. This so-called court should get down on its knees to what Starfleet is. What it represents.
This high level of energy from her. Oh, and she gets frozen. I remember thinking, kind of being happy. I was like, maybe she'll die. The first episode, so I won't have to be freaked out by her for the rest of the series because I had no idea she was in it. Little mustache dude. I wonder why the Chinese influence is something. Josh. I mean, Firefly did that too. A lot of Blade Runner.
You will answer the charges, criminal.
Wonder why that is.
Of this? Worse. You promise the prisoners will not be harmed.
Oh, yep. Data. Read it back.
Break your own rules. I suggest you settle your
Oh, I
tension
can't wait
with
till we see
Chicago.
Measure of a Man.
It may be early.
That's gonna be cool.
I suggest you are now having second thoughts about it. You are considering that if you conduct a fair
Just got to get through
trial
this
before
first
some
season.
bias, you may lose. Lose? Yes, even though you're judge and prosecutor. And jury. Except, so long as you keep to your agreement, and assaulting a prisoner is hardly a fair trial. This is a merciful court.
And he just brings her back like that. It's just kind of a cool effect that they use. And I remember hating the audience. Like, oh, you guys are idiots. Look at that dude's hat. It's all furry and like a
In dealing
comb.
with these proceedings, I must caution you that legal trickery is not permitted. This is a court of fact. We humans know our past, even when we're shitting up. I recognize
I
this
kind of like that they
court system
didn't
as the one that agreed
really
that
go
life should
to a
say.
period in time that we, the audience, maybe that would have been better,
Leading to the
but they
ruling
don't go to
guilty
a
until
period of
proven
time
innocent. The
here
court
that we
previously
remember.
found would be
It's
unfair.
it's a time in the
You
future,
now
but
answer the
harkens back to things
charges
that we've
we
actually done.
grievously
So maybe
savaged.
that's better,
Grievously
but I
savaged
think it would give the viewer a better sense,
firearms and only specific
uh,
charges.
or we would be able to relate better to the characters if we actually knew what incidents Q was actually talking about, or
You will read the charges to the court.
what they're accusing us of.
I see
Not
no charges
guilty.
against us, Sheriff. You are out of order.
I wonder what Q's end game plan was here if he did find them guilty. And what's with this? I'm watching on Netflix, and there's like this weird black and above the top of the screen and on the bottom of the screen. It's like it was just not shot right. I don't understand that. And then it's fine once it comes back, or when it goes to commercial and then comes back. Ah, that dude looked at the camera. That old guy. See, and now it's back again. The black is on top,
Guilty.
so it's like a blackish haze. There it is again. Is it the same? No.
Court will hear the petition. We question whether this court is abiding by its own trial instructions. Have I your permission to have Commander Data repeat the record?
Oh, this is when he has data repeat it.
These will be your own words, Your Honor.
The prisoner shall
What
not be
exactly
harmed.
followed His Honor's statement that the prisoners will not be harmed? The captain had asked a question. Can we assume you mean this will be a fair trial? And in reply, the judge stated, yes, absolutely equitable. Irrelevant testimony, entirely irrelevant.
Hmm.
All right.
And then maybe someone knows, but if you're watching on Netflix, tell me if you see this too. It's the blackish haze at top of the screen.
Therefore, I say test us. Test whether this is presently true of humans. I see. I see. And so you petition the court to accept you and your comrades as proof of what humanity has become. There must be many ways we can detest it. We have a long mission ahead of us. Another brilliant suggestion, Captain. But your test
You know, I
flight will be
plan
quite
to
a long mission.
watch the series,
Immediate
and I like
destination
that they
orbit
established
on
this is going to
Jupiter.
continue on throughout the whole series. That's pretty cool of them to do. But
Yes. This Farpoint station will be an excellent test bed.
like I said, I was planning to watch this anyways, so I might as well add the
Respectfully
commentary,
stand.
just so I have a record of me
This
talking about
court
it,
is
I guess,
adjourned to allow the criminals to be tested.
and just my thoughts
This
about the
honorable
series
court
overall.
is adjourned.
And I'm thinking I'll do a review of the season
Stand respectfully.
uh, each after each season's done. I'll just do a review after I've watched them all. Yeah, this is just a really strange thing.
Captain, you may find that you are not nearly clever enough to deal with what lies
But
ahead.
everyone acts well in it. It's
You
just
may have been better
a
to
strange
accept
setup
this.
overall. And then maybe that's one of the reasons why I say like we would be more familiar with a court system, during that time. That like the 1980s or something. Maybe that would have lessened the strangeness of it all. But
Course come.
it is Trek, so it's got to have a little strangeness.
Direct heading to Farpoint Station. Confirmed we are on that heading, sir. You know anything about Farpoint Station, sir? Sounds like a fairly dull place.
Hmm.
We've heard that we might find it rather interesting.
Personal log, Commander William Riker. Stardate 41153.7. The USS Hood has dropped me off at Farpoint Station.
This is our
I'll
first
have to wait for
introduction
your
to
arrival with
Riker.
the new USS Enterprise, to which I have been assigned as first officer.
Well, I mean, in
Meanwhile,
Discovery they did the
endeavor
log.
not to speak to
I
the
think
Farpoint administration
Burnham did have
or anyone in the city.
a log in the
Commander
first
Riker.
episode. This guy was
You
weird
wanted
when I
to
saw him
reach to
in the
another
first
working
episode,
dress? I trust we've made your waiting comfortable.
and they just abandoned it.
More like it.
Maybe they've started it back up. I don't know, but
What I seem ungrateful
I haven't
now
saw him
is
do it
one
again.
addition.
Anything.
Fascinating, the advanced materials used in constructing this space station. Your energy surplus must be as abundant as I've heard.
Let's see exactly how many episodes there are of TNG.
All the details of that sent to your quarters.
Thank you. But it still seems incredible to me that you could have
Oh,
constructed this station
178.
so rapidly and
Oh
so
wow.
so
Well, this will be a long series.
Would you care for an Earth delicacy, Commander?
I knew it was
long as an
long.
analog.
I'm sorry.
Oh yeah, and this entity moves the thing. That's funny. Oh, now let me see apples.
Oh, damn.
Yes. There was another selection here.
I almost
Your
want to rewind
arrival
it
is
and see if I
months
saw
earlier
it.
a minute ago.
And did your failure to notice it make it unwelcome?
Not at all, Grump.
I trust it will be the same with Farpoint Station, Commander. A few easily answered questions about it won't make Starfleet appreciate it less.
And it's delicious. Thank you. Good morning, Dr. Zorn.
Good morning.
All right, Riker looks so young without the beard. He does. He looks like fresh out of like the academy.
I've been told not to defect. Why can't you understand? It will arouse their suspicion. And if that happens, we will have to punish you. We will. I promise you.
I do not remember this first season at all. A little bit, but nothing significant.
Hello. It's Commander Riker.
Hello, Wes. Enjoying Farpoint Station?
Yes, sir.
I saw you. I thought I might join you for a stroll.
Actually, we were about to do some shopping.
I've been meaning to visit the mall myself.
All this.
Of course.
Malls are dying today. Maybe they make a resurgence.
If you're wondering about Mom, Commander Riker, she's not unfriendly.
I
She's
guess
a
back in
child.
1987 they were still really popular,
We
but
had
today
mutual
not many people.
friends.
I occasionally go to a mall, maybe like once every like 3 months.
You're part of the Enterprise. I thought there might be something useful we could do while we wait.
Useful? How, Commander?
Investigating some things that I've noticed.
duty and interests are outside the simple structure.
See, that's something's going on. I can't remember what it is.
Remarkably happen to have exactly what you asked for.
Thank you. I'll take the entire bolt. Send it to our starship when it arrives. Charge to Dr. Crusher.
These people are weird and sketchy.
I was accusing you of inventing work in order to curry favor with our new captain. I apologize.
Mom, that gold pattern
A
wasn't
young Will Wheaton.
Is this something you think we might look into?
Jean-Luc Picard? You know the captain.
Oh, yes, she does.
When I was little, she brought my father's body home to me.
Yes, Wes. Long, long ago. A pleasure to meet you, Commander. We'll excuse us.
My pleasure. Wes,
Sir?
see you on board.
Yes, sir. Sir, the Enterprise is arriving,
Is
but...
this an official report, Lieutenant?
Sorry, Commander. Sir, Lieutenant LaForge reporting the Enterprise arriving, but without the saucer sections.
Star drive section only? What happened?
I don't know, sir. Captain Picard has signaled for you.
Oh, Jordy. I don't. This is probably the first time we see Jordy too. I don't remember seeing him on the bridge.
Thank you, Lieutenant.
I see.
Enterprise, this is Commander Riker at Farpoint Station. Standing by to beam up.
Lieutenant Yard Security, sir. Captain Picard will see you on the battle bridge.
Okay, Riker just met the first. Oh, was that? I don't know. It was hard to tell
This halter dawn.
if that was O'Brien.
Some interesting facet on the way.
Would have been cool if it
Battle
was.
bridge. That's for the captain to explain, sir.
Do we have clearance?
Eyes are into
So this is the first time that Riker and Picard meet.
Riker, sir.
Riker, LBT reporting as ordered, sir.
Said we were ready.
All set up, sir.
Oh, he's just like
Bring up to date on
ignoring him.
the little adventure we had on our way here, Commander. Then we'll talk.
I don't remember why.
Welcome aboard.
Oh,
Sir.
there's a weird tension. O'Brien. I guess he wasn't in the transporter room then. Yeah, they didn't have everyone's roles figured out yet, and that's fine.
Go back. Without him, we'll certainly die. You can't deny there's the dangerous sample China brings.
Concentrate saucer module, sir. It will arrive here in 51 minutes.
Inform them we'll connect.
Oh, let's see how much time we have left. Is it 51 minutes? That'd be cool.
Yes, sir.
53. So maybe, yeah. Maybe this takes place in real time.
Send your communications and you will never change. Their preparations to make. Where will we next meet, Captain? We'll proceed exactly as you suggest.
Huh.
Call sign of little adventure.
Come.
Okay, let's see how these two interact.
Not exactly a run-of-the-mill happening, Captain.
No, not really. When an intergalactic being
Because we have been placed on probation.
just
Very
jumps
serious
in
kind of probation.
your life like that, and it's nothing run of the mill about that.
Acknowledged. Commander Riker will conduct a manual docking. Picard out.
Sir?
You reported in, haven't you? You are qualified.
Yes, sir.
Then I mean now, Commander.
Remember, Data's shirt doesn't change. I think O'Brien's does. Picard's and uh, Riker's doesn't. Yars doesn't. Yars doesn't. I guess O'Brien. Maybe Worf does. Worf's mine. Yeah, I think Worf does. I think Worf's and O'Brien's shirt colors change. And then obviously Worf gets the cooler sash around his chest. He's like the only Klingon who wears that. So I wonder if it's just a Worf thing or what. Like did Worf go to a Klingon boutique and was like, I want that. I'm rocking the sash. Enterprise. Oh, okay, Worf's been on the other ship the whole time, so yeah, they're just merging. Okay. This is probably done with like miniatures, but that's cool. It looks great. You wouldn't be able to tell it was a miniature. Well, you can't really. And you know the planets don't look horrible. The stars don't look horrible. That looks kind of CGI-ish on the ship now. I prefer if they were to use like practical effects. I mean, most people prefer practical effects, but I wonder if that's Earl Grey.
Thank you, sir. I hope I spoke to your promise. I do have some questions for you, however. Yes, sir, I thought you might. I see in your file that Captain DeSoto thinks very highly of you. One curious thing, however, you refused to let him beam down to Altair 3. In my opinion, sir, Altair 3 was too dangerous to risk exposing the captain.
Oh, okay.
I see. Captain's rank means nothing to you. Rather the reverse, sir. But a captain's life means a great deal more to me. Isn't it just possible that you don't get to be a Starfleet captain without knowing whether it's safe to beam down or not? Isn't it a little presumptuous of a first officer to second guess his captain's judgment?
I like this feeling out between the two characters.
Always. Having been a first officer yourself, you know that assuming that responsibility must, by definition, include the safety of the captain.
Oh, yeah, it does.
I have no problem with following any rules you lay down.
So long as it doesn't endanger. Oh, yeah,
And
yeah,
you
yeah.
don't intend to back off from that position? No, sir. One further thing. Special favor. Anything, sir? Using the same strength you showed with Captain DeSoto, I would appreciate it if you could keep me from making an ass of myself with children.
Oh.
Sir? I'm not a family man, Riker, and yet Starfleet has given me a ship with children aboard. Yes, sir. And I don't feel comfortable with children.
It's so funny.
Since Captain needs an
Especially
image of
considering
humility.
what happens later, and then he actually gets turned into a kid at one point. That's funny too.
Yes, sir. Welcome to the Enterprise, Commander Riker.
Naturally, I've heard of your case. The visor flash you wear
Is a remarkable
Oh,
piece of
and
bioelectronic engineering by which I quote see much of the EM spectrum, ranging from simple heat and infrared through radio
Jordy's like
waves,
one of the
etc.,
only people
etc. Forgive me if I've said and listened to this 1,000
who
times.
have who has a
You're
like
glad all your life.
Mm-hmm.
an attachment like that, you know, an upgrade. Oh, I guess some people would view it as an upgrade, but you know, in Discovery you see a lot more of those people wearing devices like Jordy's, and I'm wondering what happened between Discovery to original series to now, where we have like more people with it, less people with it, and then one person with it really, with a device like that we see. So I don't even think these devices were prevalent before Discovery said, "Hey, maybe they were." You know what they're doing in Discovery now. So I don't know what Discovery's doing in regards to that. These shots they give make the deck feel way bigger than uh, I think it actually is. And this doesn't necessarily look like a submarine or warship style, like the original series had. So that was really a departure from that in that aspect from the original series. It looks more like I think a lot of people compare it like a hotel lobby or reception area, and it does give off that feel, but it's just more. You wouldn't really. These aren't war vessels, so you wouldn't really need it to have that war vessel vibe.
137 years, Admiral, according to Starfleet records.
Explain how you remember that so exactly.
I remember every fact I'm exposed to, sir.
I don't see no points on your earphone, but you sound like a Vulcan.
Oh, it does.
No, sir. I'm an android.
Oh, okay. This is when they're first introducing us to the idea that Data is an android.
I thought it was generally accepted, sir, that Vulcans are an advanced and most honorable race.
Yeah, they are. Damn annoying at times.
Yes, sir.
Well, this is a new ship. She's got the right name. Now, you remember that, you hear?
I will, sir.
You treat her like a lady. She'll always bring you home.
It's cool that they had him on here.
Did you signal the hood, Commander Riker? Your exact message.
Bon voyage, mon ami.
Ah. What was the reply, computer?
You're wasting time, Captain.
And I forgot that this long. Oh, here's Picard again. Still wearing that outfit.
You intend to blast a hole in the viewer. If. The purpose of this is to test humans, Your Honor. We must proceed in our own way.
You are dilatory. You have 24 hours. Any further delay and you risk summary judgment against you, Captain.
Summary judgment. So
Sorry, sir.
better get on it.
Reacted fast. But futilely. I will learn to do better, sir.
Of course you will.
With a long voyage ahead of us.
Oh, you do 178 episodes.
Sure do. With that monitoring every move everywhere.
We do exactly what we do as if Q never existed. We're going to be damned. Let's be damned for what we really are.
Personal log. Stardate 41153.8. Of the 24 hours Q allotted us to prove ourselves, 11 have now passed without incident. And yet I cannot forget Q's prediction that we will face some critical tests.
See, the captain's like, I think it's essential. You really need it's cool. It's Sorry guys, we're back on track here. Uh my recording program stopped for some reason. But I was saying, the captain's like it's essential. It's Trek, it's cool, you need it. So I'm at the part where Deanna Troy is just reading Riker's mind. And he just said likewise. Oh yeah, they got a pass. So I'll give you the exact timestamp. 4103 left. And then timestamp, let's see, we'll say it again. We'll do 5014. That's where we are. They're all in the elevator together. I guess I'll have to watch out for that in the future. It doesn't let me record, I guess, past 49 minutes or whatever. I guess I'll have to figure out a new program or something that's going to have to change.
I could add more information before we can make our recommendations to Starfleet.
No objections to that. But I'm puzzled over you bringing a Betazoid to this meeting. Did her purpose serve to calm my thoughts?
I have a friend from the
And I don't know if Betazoids were introduced in the. I haven't really watched a lot of the original series. TNG is literally the first Star Trek that I was exposed to, besides the J.J. Abrams movies. I wasn't into Star Trek at all really a couple of years ago, and I think about 2015 is when I decided to start watching it for the first time, give it a try, see what it was all about, and I just enjoyed TNG. I really did. It was something different that I hadn't really ever seen before, if you can imagine that. It just seemed very upbeat, and it didn't take a dark view of the future as opposed to a lot of other shows or movies that I saw. And that's one thing. That's one way I feel like Discovery could have been different. It could have been that light in the darkness of sci-fi that we have now. We don't have a lot of upbeat or hopeful sci-fi, and it could have really stood out if it followed that model. But I guess it stands out in overall Trek by being the dark one, but not necessarily in in sci-fi today.
I'm not sensing a lot
Boy, that would have sucked if I'd have just kept watching this and
something very close to us here.
talking without looking at the recorder.
Good idea.
No, absolutely not. And I find nothing helpful or productive in any of this.
And that's it. No other comment.
Well, what do you expect of us? We offer you a base designed to your needs, luxurious by even human
I'm
standards.
sorry about that, guys.
See this
I should have been watching it, but
question.
it is what it is.
Well, we all may consider other missions.
Captain, the Ferengi would be very interested in a base on
Oh, I
Mars.
don't remember them mentioning the Ferengi uh, this early. Maybe because I had no idea what they were, but I don't remember them. DS9, you get acquainted with the Ferengi. Quark, it's awesome. He's a funny character. He's conniving. He's uh, uh, smart. He's calculating. But Odo, he gets him every time. Odo's always one step ahead. You all know that.
Now located in Holodeck Area 4J. And as you can see, sir, pointing you that way.
Thank you.
You're welcome, sir. The next hatchway on your left.
Thank you.
You're welcome, Commander Riker. And if you care to enter, Commander.
I do.
Oh, they're not using Deanna Troy's mom's voice, whose name escapes me. Let's see. The actor's name and the actual character's name. I do not remember. Sana? I think that was her name. Let's see. Deanna Troy's. I'm gonna Google. I have my computer right here, so I'll just Google it. Deanna Troy's mom name. And this is the first time. I don't think this is. It's the Sana was her name. And it's cool thinking of the holodeck. It's really awesome. I wish we had those things today. That would be so cool. You could go from fighting dragons to actually being in Star Trek. You'd be. I don't know if you'd want to be, but you could be in the world of Game of Thrones. You could be at the battle, in any of the battles in Game of Thrones. You could. You could. We should definitely get on and start funding this holocube uh, technology, or the holodeck technology. Let's see what's the actress's name of plays her? Oh, she's the fifth house holder of the sacred chalice of. She's Latsana Troy, daughter of the fifth house holder of the sacred chalice of Rick's, heir to the holy rings of Betesed. Let's see her actors. Oh, Majel Barrett. Yeah, she does the voice. I think Oh man, they should have had her play the voice of the ship India or in Discovery.
When the captain suggested you, I looked up your record.
Yes, sir. Wise procedure, sir, always.
So your rank of lieutenant commander is honorary.
No, sir. Starfleet class of 78, honors in probability mechanics and exobiology.
Your file says that you're a
Machine, correct, sir. Does that trouble you?
I wonder what. I guess this was a set.
Understood, sir.
I don't think they would have
This is very human.
went to the.
that does trouble
Well,
me.
they might have went outside to film this. Yeah, it looks like they did actually.
But I would gladly give up to be human.
Nice to meet you.
Data's Pinocchio complex. Oh, there, yeah.
Sure.
Ah, intriguing.
Data.
Going to be an interesting companion, Mr. Data.
This woodland pattern is quite popular, sir. Perhaps because it duplicates Earth so well. Coming here almost makes me feel human myself.
Didn't believe these simulations could be this real.
Much of it is real, sir. If the transporters can convert our bodies to an energy beam, then back to the original pattern.
Yes, of course. And these rocks and vegetations have much simpler patterns.
Correct, sir.
The rear wall. I can't see it.
We're right next to it.
Right next to it. Bam.
Incredible.
I forgot they were even in the holodeck.
Commander Riker!
Oh yeah, they were looking for.
Commander Riker, isn't this great? This is one of the simple patterns. They've got thousands more. Some you just can't believe.
Careful, next
Watch
rocket.
him fall in. Yeah.
Quickly!
Was that a stunt double? Maybe that was Brett Spiner. I don't know. Brent Spiner.
Mr. Data has agreed to voluntarily waive contract. Good.
You think they could have dried him off? Well, wait a minute. If the I don't know. I don't know. It's weird. If the holodeck, how is he wet? I don't know. So if you get wet in the holodeck and you come out, you're actually wet, but there was no water in there besides fake digital water. Wouldn't it just be the simulation of being wet? I don't know. I don't know. And why would it follow you out? Like, I don't know. Maybe I'm thinking too much of.
Taking a look at the bridge. That's against the captain's standing orders.
Are you afraid of the captain, too?
I certainly am not.
But Captain Picard is a pain, isn't he?
Your father likely
Oh,
thinks.
he's the pain, huh?
Explorers are often lonely. No chance to have a family.
Just to look at the bridge. I'll stay in the turbo lift when the doors open. I won't get out.
You're asking for trouble, Wes. We'll see what we can do.
Recommend that someone could begin by examining the underside of the station, sir. Our sensors still show some passengers, sir. How's your alarm?
Tough for you, Council. And Jordan, I want your eyes down there. You and I will start topside.
The sets are pretty cool looking. And then in the distance you see that tower where the tower was. That's pretty cool. DS9 did the same thing. And I guess they're all miniatures. but they look incredible.
You notice anything on here? I can't see as well as Jordy, sir, but so far the material seems rather ordinary. Construction
Yeah, I
records
don't remember
construction record shows the almost
uh,
perfect flat
what was
spine.
going on this planet.
Team leader.
We found something interesting.
Team
A
leader
passageway directly under the station, sir.
number 1.
These tunnel walls have something under the ceiling, sir.
How are you examining them, Jordy?
In every way. Microscopically, thermally, electromagnetically. None of it is familiar.
You think they would be able to allow Jordy to see how we see if he can see it in all those different wavelengths?
Whatever I got from Cropper's office became very uncomfortable.
I'm sorry, Counselor, but you must. We need more information.
Pain.
Hang on. I'm coming. Enterprise, lock us onto her signal now. What's on your mind?
Unhappiness.
Unhappiness,
Despair.
despair.
I don't know. No life form anything like us.
What kind of a place is this?
Weird.
Jordy, what do you see?
It's
This episode seems to be all over the place.
planetary autocrat class seldom even heard of.
I bet you that's the same one they showed earlier. They're just walking a different way. They're like, we're not building 2 of these, and there's no reason to. It's just funny. Got to be economical about
No. Children are not allowed on the bridge.
it. Ooh, ooh, Picard.
Permission to report to the captain.
Go ahead.
Captain. Sir, my son is not on the bridge. He merely accompanied me on the turbo lift.
Ooh,
Your son.
His name's Wesley. We last saw him years ago when
he doesn't remember, huh? You think he would have remembered that he had a son? His friend had a son, and it's kind of obvious that they're kind of into each other, and it's really weird. It took them. Well, I mean, not weird. Maybe it was common at the time, but they don't really get together until way later in the series. And the constant play of will they or won't they throughout the series is fun. It's like, come on, you like each other, just get together. Shouldn't be that hard or that complicated. But it's never easy in shows, you know. It's never easy in the land of television or movies. And if you're getting background noise, I want to apologize. But don't touch anything. I got to figure out a better way to record, especially knowing now that this thing doesn't record that long, only 49 minutes. And I'm not going to stop each time, so I'll have to figure out a different way. Wow, he lets him sit in the chair. I wouldn't want to do log entries out in the open like that. I don't know if he ever does. I think he always just does them in his office or in his room.
Permanent alert, Captain.
Wesley. I'm sorry. What did
I
you do?
didn't touch
Get
it.
off the bridge.
Oh.
You have a perimeter alert, sir.
As my son tried to tell you.
Picard, go ahead.
I think do they soften him? Maybe a little bit. He becomes less uh, gruff with Wesley and everyone, but he still remains Picard, and that's uh, a great thing to see, you know. But he's a great actor, so. And I remember reading a while back that he didn't even think the season would last. Like he didn't even think this show would last past the first season, and he didn't really plan to have all 178 episodes. But it worked out for him and us. I don't, and he plays a great Xavier in X Men. Like he is exactly who should have played Xavier.
An unidentified vessel has entered into orbit with us.
Zorn. Is his name Zorn? Have you guys watched that show, Son of Zorn? I haven't. I think it's canceled, and I never really watched it. It kind of looks stupid. Maybe it's better than it looked, but I haven't watched it. Let me know. But if it's canceled, is it worth checking out? The ship they're going against looks pretty cool. With that pinkish purplish beam. You know, I wonder if Trek ever did little green men or little gray men. I haven't recalled. I don't recall any. Tom say did it.
No. I feel close to an answer of some kind.
Mainly because we're almost at the end of the episode.
Yes. It's exactly the feeling I've been needing, as if someone has invited me.
23 minutes left.
Come on, let's get to the surface. There is no computer record of any such adjustment, sir. Nothing even close.
Still no response, sir. We've done everything but threaten them.
Just funny seeing these random people. You don't really see a lot of random people on the bridge in the later seasons. It's just the main cast, really. Maybe one or two, but you have three random people. Well, I guess since uh, the main crew are down on the planet, that makes sense. That explosion, and then the fire right there.
Those flares were again coming, sir. This point becomes ordinary stone, sir. Imagine what's involved.
Is that phaser glass?
Negative. But something similar. You, contact Jordy will beam up to the ship now. Come on. I want to see exactly what's happening.
Exactly what's happening, Riker. I bet you do.
So, if you should be hurt,
You have your orders, Lieutenant.
I'll be sad and miss you forever.
Yes, sir. I'm sorry, sir. Enterprise, free to beam up.
Enterprise, come in! Help us, please! What shall we do? Enterprise, help us, please!
Tune that down.
Man, I do not remember what was going on this planet.
Riker to Enterprise, come in. Commander Riker, come in. Where are you? With data on the edge of the old city, sir. Big hit marks, sir. On Farpoint Station. Any damage there? Negative.
episode. Besides like a couple things, but I don't remember what the main overall story was for this episode. Or much of the, like I said, much of the first season, I don't really remember. That's a huge ship. Indiana Troy, she switches from the uniform with the skirt to the little pantsuit outfit or whatever. I can't. I wonder what made these. Why they decided to make these changes. She's like the only one who doesn't wear a standard issue uniform besides Worf, and he just wears the sash. And now we have Q back. Man, Picard, he is not afraid of Q, and I respect that. And that just shows you, what kind of character Picard is.
No idea what it represents. To me, that vessel is as plain as the noses on her fleet of primate faces. And if you were truly civilized, Captain, wouldn't you be doing something about the casualties happening down there? Captain Sierra, are you reading any of this?
That seems already preparing to beam down, Captain.
Cultures.
Doctor, any questions?
Starfleet Cooper trained to render alien assistance whenever
Not trained in clear thinking.
Let's consider your voice. You call us savages, and yet you humans prefer
This back and forth is it's always awesome between the two.
civilized. Sir, we're far enough planet again.
Man, what is going on?
Go to maneuvering heads. Position us between that vessel and the planet. Force fields full on. Aye, sir.
Oh, bold move.
Able for
Position yourself between the two.
we haven't ship control, sir.
Oh,
It's gone.
and I like that Jordy goes to engineering and he's not on the bridge. And that, well, we all know what happens with Yar. And then, Data. Data's essentially number two on the ship, and that's pretty cool. I wonder. I, I haven't really watched any of the movies, but I remember hearing somewhere that Data gets his own ship eventually, and I would be totally fine with Data being the leader of my ship if I, were on one. That would have been really interesting if Data had been given command of a ship and we followed him. But one thing about Discovery I wish would have happened, we wouldn't have had a lot of the issues we're having if they just set Discovery in the future past all the other Star Trek shows. We wouldn't have any issues. I guess you won't try to explain. Wow, that's weird. Or not weird, but that would suck. That'd be a horrible way to die. Just phasing out to nothing. Probably molecules ripping from each other.
Seems to have snatched them away. Question, sir. Would it be this cute? None of you know who transported him. You're running out of time, Captain.
Captain,
Or maybe it was just transported.
could be something else. Satisfaction.
But it looked painful. Sounded painful.
Satisfaction.
We've saved sources before.
No, that was on the planet. This is much closer.
Excellent, Counselor. He's such a dullard, isn't he?
Captain from transporter room. First officer Mr. Data has beamed aboard.
Excellent also. Put more of these little lines out.
And it's enough, Captain! You are at this moment breaking by taking over our vessel, interfering with my decisions. Either leave or finish us.
Tempo, tempo, mon capitan. I'm merely trying to assist a pitiful species. But perhaps I will be. I have one more thought for yourself, Counselor. This experiment is a silly one, and it's so necessary if we're to solve the mystery. Beam over there with your, what do you call it? Your waiting
Oh, Rackers, he's been through it.
You should have promised back at first.
Have you understood any part of what he tried telling you? Humanity is no longer a savage race.
But you were still fooled. At least you impressed him, number one. That's hopeful. Thank you, Captain.
Captain, it's not over to have it extra favor. Where will you go from now?
I'll attend to my duty.
For your men.
I see nothing so vital about them.
Can I help you, Captain?
Yes, you can.
I didn't want you thinking me harsh. Cold-blooded.
Why am I might think that?
Oh man, the back and forth is I just love it between Picard and everyone else with each other. It's just awesome.
While that was quite correct, you seem to have a very good grasp of starship operations.
You've just won this month's heart, Captain.
But now your assignment here, Farpoint. Consider and approve the transfer.
Oh. You consider me unqualified?
Hardly. Your service record shows you're just the chief medical officer at heart.
Then you don't judge me personally.
I'm trying to consider your feelings, Doctor. You two work with a commanding officer who will continually remind you of
Oh,
till personal tragedy.
If I had had any objections to serving with you, I wouldn't have requested this assignment, Captain.
The request of this post.
My feelings about my husband's death had no effect on the way I served you, this vessel, or this mission.
that's right.
Power. Welcome aboard, Doctor.
Pleasure, Picard. We're ready to roll.
That's funny. That's that's awesome.
We can be friends.
Thank you.
Think the tunnel's done?
You got it.
For the beam. Are they are they going to the surface or on the at the ship?
Most interesting, sir.
That's the same construction we saw in
Still, I
Holodeck.
bet you that's still the same. Well, I mean, there's no reason to build multiple ones, but it's funny, and I bet one of those is a fake corridor, or like that's probably just uh, a wall back there, and it's painted to look like two corridors.
No. This is much more powerful. Anger. Hate. Toward us? No. It's directed down toward the old Bambi City.
Huh?
Most intriguing again, sir.
Man,
Was that this vessel was firing on you.
the only thing I really remember from this episode was the trial. Everything else, completely forgotten. Or I remember the mall scene,
Seem to be commenting on everything.
and that's it. The mall scene and the trial. Those are the only things I remember from this episode. We have another random in the background.
A flatbed.
No controls or readout. This is nothing like any vessel I've seen before.
What was the answer? Great fear just ahead. There's a different feeling here than in the tower.
All right, let's see what it is.
Very
It's
different.
kind of like watching it for the first time, just not remembering it. Is it that man from the planet? Oh, it is. It is him. I guess he didn't die. Well, obviously he's right there.
Has the alien communicated? That's it, sir. There's just one alien I'm sensing here. Not true, he does know.
Oh, that's probably not going to work out. And it did. Wow. Worf. Oh, cute.
Transporter chief, do you have their coordinates? Transporter chief, we can't hear you. Transporter chief, come in.
It's the most inopportune time, Q.
People in trouble over there, Q.
He's dressed as the captain.
That's an order. Q, my people are in trouble. Let me help them, please. I'll do whatever you say.
All right, they're back.
You'll do whatever I say. Send the
Oh,
commander.
The
man.
agreement is invalid, sir. It wasn't Q that saved us.
Save yourself from the attacking now.
It was that which sent us back, Captain.
Oh.
It is not merely a vessel. Somehow it is alive.
She lies. Destroy it while you have a chance. Make phasers and photon torpedoes ready.
No, do nothing he demands.
Captain, that thing was killing my people.
Was there a reason?
It is an unknown, Captain. Isn't that enough?
Oh.
You'll earn that uniform you're wearing. You know the unknown is what brings us out here.
Oh, wow. Nice. Nice comeback.
Let's test that. Beginning with the tones you have on the Farpoint, Cropper.
Identical to those in the space vessel life form over there. Why was it punishing you, Grover?
To return the same pain you'd given another creature.
We've done nothing wrong. He was injured. We felt it.
Thank you. That is the missing element. Lieutenant Yar, rig main phaser bags to deliver an energy beam.
I, sir.
Oh, I think they captured it. And then that's what. And they're just using it to get everything they need.
In this galaxy, there could exist creatures able to convert energy into matter.
True.
And into specific patterns of matter, just as our transporters do.
On the bureau, Captain.
Oh. This is trippy. It's like a jellyfish, giant jellyfish. I kind of remember this. Space jelly. I wonder if there's space peanut butter. Majestic.
You captured something like that creature.
Order my people, please, to leave Farpoint Station immediately.
Choose wisely. If you choose to spend die, transmit the message. Leave Farpoint Space Station immediately.
Then it was a pair of creatures I was sensing. One down there, in grief and pain. The
Oh.
other filled with anger.
Firing now on the new space station.
They're going to release it.
And the city. Attacking those who have captured. Captured its mate.
Well, he doesn't know that. Could be sister. Could be whatever, you know.
KGB ready?
Probably is his mate, though.
Lock it in on Farpoint Station.
See how those two symbiotes. Generosity is always
Let it have whatever it wants. Energize.
wonder who designed this little model. Is it a model or is it CG? Hard to tell.
Discontinued. Copper Dawn. They'll soon beacon over Farpoint Station. I'm right. Yes.
Delancey.
Please, we meant no harm to the creature.
It was starving for energy.
Which your world furnished you advantage.
We did feed it.
Well, you could keep it alive. But if you hadn't caused it to shape itself into whatever form you needed.
I wonder what type of alien species they are. Not the jellyfish monsters, but the actual people. Is it a colony or is it? I can't remember. I don't know if they said in this episode or not. Is that a blue one or is it just blue because it's in the atmosphere? Or it just appears to be blue because it's in the atmosphere? I would assume the blue would be the boy just based off colors. And then, so it's the female that saves the. Yeah, that's cool. I don't know. I could be totally wrong, but it doesn't really matter. Oh, and so now that one's white. Is it pink or white? That's like a pinkish white and a bluish white. This could be hand holding or something really, really weird. We don't know. See, this is like the weirdness of Trek right here. Like giant space jellyfish monsters. Just, yep, they're out there. How would, I don't know. I'm not going to get into that, but. I wonder how gratitude feels. Well, how does she know what joy and gratitude feel in these jellyfish monsters? I don't know. Don't question it. Just go with it.
You use other life forms for your recreation. If so, you've not provided the very test. Ten.
So it'll be the last time we see you. Q. Yeah, that's good. Glad you come back. Picard's not, but I am. It makes it more interesting. See Captain's log. Get a nice little recap. Tell us what goes on. Definitely Discovery needs it.
That's a problem I have. Just hoping this isn't the usual way our mission goes.
Actual ones would be much more interesting.
And it does get better.
Let's see what's out there.
It does.
Engage.
Star Trek Discovery. It should have been about Discovery. Whatever. It's instead of war. If you want Star Trek War, do Star Trek War. But I'm not gonna rag on it anymore. This episode. I have to see episode 5 first, but yeah, guys, that's pretty much it for this episode. Um, Next up's the Naked Now. At least I think that was what it said. And I'll do that one next. Not sure when that'll come out. Maybe I'll do it right after this one. I'm not sure how I feel. We'll see. We'll see how this one turned out, and then I'll go from there. But this is something I definitely want to do, and I want to keep up with it. I just got to figure out a better way to record. Um, that way I don't have the time constraint and I don't get that feedback from the television. But again, guys, thanks for watching or listening. Overall, a rocky start to a good series. A rocky, strange start to a good series. Well, we'll go on from here, and I know it gets better. I've seen it, but we'll go on from here, and we'll enjoy it more and more. All right, guys, thanks again for watching. All right, check you out later. Bye.